Let's say your class just took a math test and you wish to store the test scores of your classmates. In this video, we're going to talk about how we can do this using arrays. A simple implementation of an array in Java looks like type bracket array name, name of the array equals new array type bracket length. This means that we're going to create a new array called array name that has length 5 and that stores integer values. When you create new arrays in Java, you always have to specify their length. So for example, the following code, int bracket bad array equals new int bracket, without the array length, this is not going to work. When you want to access the elements of an array, you write the name of the array, open bracket, the index of the element, for example 4, close bracket. So this is going to return the fourth element of the array. Actually fifth, because you should be careful when you use the index, because the index begins from 0, not 1. So in this array of length 5, all the elements are array name, starts from array name 0, goes on to until array name 4, because there are 5 elements. When you create an integer type array, the values are all automatically initialized to 0. Now let's input values into this array. If your first classmate got a score of 95, you write array name, the first element, 0 equals 95. If the second student got a score of, let's say, 85, you write like this, and let's say the fourth student got a score of 93, and the last student got a score of 100. So now that you have recorded the values of this array, it's time to print them out. Before we attempt to print out the values of this array, we first have to recognize that arrays are called by reference in Java, not called by value. So what does this mean? It means that the arrays are represented by their memory address, not their values. So let's say you try to print out this array by writing system.out.println array name. So what is going to happen? It is going to print out the memory address of this array, which is clearly not what you want. Let's try it out. Yeah, some random number that we can't recognize. So in order to print out the elements of the array, you have to use a for loop. Specifically, before we get into this, specifically there's a field called length that is provided for arrays. So if you want to access the length of the array, which is, we know it's 5 in this case, but if it gets more complicated, we write array name dot length to access the length of the array. So the for loop, in order to print out the elements of this array, you will write for integer I goes from 0 to I is less than array name dot length, and I increases by 1. And we're going to print out each element, right? So it's going to be the ith element. So let's see what this gives. Right, so it prints out each student's test score.